Hi, everybody. We are nearly at Easter, and this year, Easter Sunday, the Easter weekend, right at the very end of the month, is actually the same weekend that we do that changing of the clocks to British summertime. So I always remember it spring forward, fall back. So spring forward means we put forward our clocks by an hour. Now, if like me, you've got a watch and or a clock that you didn't bother changing last autumn, then you find that it goes back to being the right time again. So that's really handy. But yeah, so that means that because it's all happening that same weekend, the Saturday and Sunday, the very last couple of days in March, it means that when we get to Easter Day, there should be an extra hour of daylight at the end of it, which is lovely. If you're getting together with family and are celebrating, you get a little bit more daylight at the end of the day. And obviously from there, that increases as we get nearer summer. But interestingly, of course, the flip side of that is that for those first few weeks of British summertime, actually the mornings are darker to a later time, at least for a while. Now, that's quite interesting, actually, because at Easter, Christians remember and believe that in the darkness of the night and early morning, Jesus rose from the dead, bringing new life to all. And the Bible tells us that those who were there at the time actually sort of struggled to understand it. In fact, tells us that some of them were quite frightened and confused. But the truth of death defeated and that Jesus was alive again ultimately brought light and life and hope to those who met the risen Jesus that very first Easter. So Christians believe that the light that appeared on that first Easter morning actually spans some 2,000 years or so, and it greets us as we celebrate Easter this year. And I don't know about you, but I think that resurrection, light and hope are so needed in our world today. It's hard to watch, isn't it? The news and the television programs on our screens that tell us so much about what is happening in the world. It's hard to read about it and to hear about it because so often there seem to be so many places of darkness in our world, places of war and turmoil and drought and famine, natural disaster and the effects of climate change, and then all the other tragedies of man's violence towards man and things like that. And we may feel too that actually there's some darkness in our own lives as we experience pain and difficulty, sadness and sorrow. And yet, one of the lovely stories from that first glorious Easter morning is told in John's Gospel, and it tells us that amidst Mary's tears and sorrow in the garden where Jesus had been laid in a tomb, that the risen Jesus calls her name, and she hears and she sees and she experiences resurrection for herself. Amidst her tears and sorrow, the risen Jesus comes. And so my prayer for this Easter time is that that resurrection light would come and bring hope and healing to our world and to our own lives, so that we can feel the joy of new life in Jesus, who has risen from the dead. And as that daylight of spring begins, we can see and feel new life in creation that's all around us. I want to take this opportunity to wish you and your loved ones, on behalf of myself and everyone at the Church of the Living Stream, a very happy and blessed Easter. And I hope too that the Easter Bunny comes and brings you a little bit of sweet stuff, maybe some chocolates, because that always helps. So happy Easter to everyone. God bless you.